My name is Alina. I used to work for the Ministry of Health in Equatorial Guinea. I was a proud woman with a good job, a stable life, and a husband who loved me, or at least, he used to. My husband, Carlos, is a kind man. He had a big heart, but he had no job at the time. He was in Mozambique, trying to find work in the health sector. He wanted to help people. He wanted to support me. But he was struggling. For many months, he couldn't find any job. He stayed with some relatives and kept applying for positions, but nothing worked. In the beginning, we talked every night. He called me, or I called him. We shared our day, our hopes, our fears. But as time passed, the calls became less and less. Sometimes, I wouldn't hear from him for days. He was always tired, sad, lost. And I was lonely. I never planned to cheat on him. I never thought I would. But life is strange. It brings people together in ways we never expect. During the time of the national presidential elections, that everything changed. I was part of the health inspection team, responsible for monitoring safety and health procedures at election centers. It was a big responsibility. I traveled a lot during that period, moving from town to town, checking clinics, meeting important people. That's when I met him. Baltasar in Gonga. Baltasar was not just anyone. He was the head of the National Financial Investigation Agency, a very powerful man in the government. Everyone respected him. He was always dressed in clean suits, spoke in calm but strong words, and looked into people's eyes like he could see their soul. We met at a government conference during the elections. I was standing near the water table, drinking from a plastic cup. He walked over and said, "You must be from the Ministry of Health. I saw your name in the documents." I smiled politely. "Yes. I'm Alina, I'm Baltasar," he said, shaking my hand. His grip was warm and firm. After that, we started talking. At first, it was nothing more than casual conversations. After meetings, we would sometimes talk in the hallway. Then he started calling me, just to ask questions about health reports or inspections, but soon, the calls became more personal. "How are you feeling today? You sounded tired yesterday. Did you eat today, Alina?" Nobody had asked me those questions in months. Carlos didn't even remember to ask anymore. Baltasar remembered everything I said. He listened. He cared. I knew it was wrong. I told myself many times, "He is not your husband." But my heart didn't listen. One evening, after a long day of election inspections, I went back to my hotel room. There was a knock at the door. I opened it and Baltasar was standing there. "I was passing by," he said, "and I thought maybe you could use some dinner." He brought food: grilled fish, rice, and mango juice. We sat down on the small couch in the room and ate while talking about our childhoods, dreams, fears. I told him how I missed my husband, how things had grown cold. He looked into my eyes and said, "You deserve more than silence." That night, we kissed. I wish I could say it stopped there. But it didn't. We started meeting in secret. Sometimes at hotels, sometimes in his office after hours. He would send a car for me, and I would lie to my colleagues, saying I had extra duties or inspections. Baltasar was everything Carlos was not at the moment: present, powerful, supportive. He sent me flowers. He gave me books to read. He remembered my birthday. He made me feel important. But I also felt guilty. Carlos still called, sometimes with hope in his voice. I got an interview. He would say, "Pray for me, Alina," and I would. But while I prayed for him, I was lying next to another man. Secrets have a way of coming out. One night, I left my phone in the bathroom while I showered. A message came through: "Baltasar, thinking of you. Can't wait to see you again." Carlos saw it. He didn't say anything that day. But the next day, he called me with a cold voice. Who is Baltasar? My heart stopped. I didn't know what to say. I lied again. He's just a government official I work with. He was asking about a report. Carlos didn't believe me. I know the truth, he said. And I hope it was worth it. That was the last time I heard his voice. Carlos moved on. He finally got a job in a hospital in Beira, Mozambique. I saw a photo of him on Facebook, smiling with new colleagues. He looked happy. Healthier. I wasn't in his life anymore. As for me, things changed with Baltasar too. Our relationship was strong for some time, but then he became busy. He stopped calling every day. The mystery and excitement faded. One day, he told me, "This cannot continue. My position, your job, it's dangerous." And just like that, it ended. Now I sit in my apartment, alone. I still work for the Ministry of Health. I still do my job well. But my heart feels heavy. I made a mistake. I followed loneliness into the arms of a powerful man, but I lost something greater: my marriage, my peace, and maybe, my honesty. Sometimes, we cheat not because we stop loving someone, but because we feel unseen. I should have spoken to Carlos. I should have waited. I should have been stronger, but I wasn't. And now, I live with the memory of two men: one who loved me with nothing in his hands, and one who gave me everything except forever. After a few months since my husband, Carlos, left me, Baltasar and I were still seeing each other, but things had changed. He was more careful now. He didn't text me as much. He stopped sending flowers. He said he was busy, but I knew something was different. Still, I stayed. Maybe it was love. Maybe it was fear of being alone. Maybe it was just habit. That Friday evening, everything started like any other night. Baltasar told me he would come late. He had a meeting with some friends at a private bar in Malabo. He didn't say much more. I didn't ask. I stayed home, cooked some rice and chicken, and waited for his call. It was almost midnight when my phone rang. The name Cesar flashed on the screen. Cesar was one of Baltasar's drivers. I answered. "Hello, Madam Alina," Cesar said, breathing heavily. "Please. Baltasar is in trouble. He's in a fight." My heart dropped. "What fight? What happened?" "He is in the bar, Golden Flame. Another man attacked him. They are fighting. Security is trying to stop them." I didn't even think. I grabbed my bag, put on a scarf, and ran out. When I arrived, the scene was loud and messy. The bar was full of people. Music had stopped. Chairs were on the floor. Glass was broken. Two security guards were holding back a man with blood on his lip. Baltasar was being pulled away by Cesar and another bodyguard. His shirt was torn. His face was red with anger. One of his knuckles was bleeding. I rushed to him. "Baltasar, are you okay? What happened?" He looked at me, surprised. "You came." I grabbed his arm. "Let's go. Please. Before the police come." We got into the car quickly. Baltasar didn't say much. He sat back, breathing heavily, wiping his face with a napkin. I sat beside him, trying to understand what had just happened. We got home around 1:30 in the morning. I made tea while he washed his hands. He didn't say a word. Finally, I sat down across from him at the table. "Baltasar, who was that man? Why did he attack you?" He looked up at me, slowly. "Just a drunk idiot. Nothing important." "No," I said. "It's not nothing." He was shouting something. He was yelling, "You slept with my wife." Baltasar sighed and rubbed his forehead. "He was drunk," he said again. "He's crazy. You don't need to worry about that." But I couldn't let it go. Is it true? I asked softly. Did you sleep with his wife? He stood up, annoyed. Alina, I'm tired. I'm bleeding. I just got attacked in a bar. And now you are interrogating me like a police officer. I just want the truth, I said. You owe me that. He looked at me for a long time. His eyes were cold, like a stranger's. I didn't sleep with his wife, he said slowly. He was drunk. He was looking for someone to blame. I was the wrong man at the wrong time. Then why did you fight back? I asked. He walked toward the window, his back facing me because he touched me, Baltasar said. He came to my table, pointed his finger in my face, and called me a thief, a woman stealer. I warned him. He pushed me. So I punched him. I was silent. A part of me believed him. A part of me didn't. In the following days, news of the bar fight spread like wildfire. People whispered in the hallways at work. Did you hear? Baltasar fought in a bar. They say it was over a woman. Maybe he's not as clean as he looks. Even at the Ministry of Health, I saw people looking at me differently. Someone left a note on my desk that read, "How does it feel to be the other woman?" My hands shook when I read it. I tore it up and threw it away. I wanted to confront Baltasar again, but I didn't. I knew he would just get angry. And I was tired. So tired. 1 week later, something happened I never expected. A woman came to my office. She was elegant, with perfect nails, a silk scarf, and dark sunglasses. She looked rich, confident, but her eyes were full of pain. She introduced herself as Clara MBA. "I'm the wife of the man who fought Baltasar in the bar," she said. My heart raced. "I just want you to know," she said slowly, "that your man is not innocent. Baltasar and we had something. It was short, but it happened." I sat in silence. She continued. "My husband found out through a message. Baltasar had sent me a photo. I deleted it, but my husband had already seen it. I didn't know what to say. Why are you telling me this?" "Because," she said, "I know how it feels to be lied to. And I thought you deserved the truth." Then she walked out. That night, I waited for Baltasar. When he walked in, I showed him the photo Clara had sent me later that afternoon. It was him and her, laughing, sitting too close, his hand on her leg. He didn't deny. "It was a mistake," he said. "It was before you and I were serious. It didn't mean anything." I looked at him. "But you said the man was lying. He was drunk." I didn't think it mattered, but it did matter, I whispered. "It matters to me." We didn't sleep in the same room that night. I cried alone. That week was the longest of my life. I couldn't eat. I couldn't focus at work. I kept thinking about Carlos, my ex-husband, how he had left me because of my betrayal. Now I was being betrayed too. I wondered if this was punishment. Karma. A circle of pain that never ends. Baltasar tried to talk to me. He said he was sorry. He said he never meant to hurt me. After the night Clara MBA visited me and told me everything, I thought it was over. I told Baltasar to leave me alone. I stopped answering his calls. I didn't go to his office. I removed all his pictures from my phone. I tried to forget him, but forgetting someone like Baltasar is not easy. His voice lived in my mind. His touch still burned on my skin. Every night, I wondered if he was thinking about me. 2 weeks passed. Then, one evening, I came home and found a letter under my door. There was no name on it. Just my name written in strong, sharp handwriting. Alina. I opened it. Inside, there were only a few words. "I never stopped loving you. If you still feel something, come to room 312, Hotel Ocean Pearl, Friday." Midnight. I read the letter again and again. I knew I shouldn't go. But I did. That Friday night, I walked into the hotel like a woman walking into fire. I knocked on the door of room 312. He opened it. He didn't say anything. He just pulled me close and held me tightly, like he was afraid to let go. I missed you, he whispered. We didn't speak much that night. We just stayed in the room, in silence, in each other's arms. In the morning, he made me coffee. Black. No sugar, just the way I liked it. I made mistakes, he said, sitting across from me. But I want to fix things. I looked at him carefully. What about Clara? He shook his head. It's over. I told her. I ended it. She was a mistake. You're the only one I want now, and I believed him. I believed him because I wanted to. Because I needed to, so we got back together. For the first few weeks, everything felt good again. He was kind. He was present. He texted me every morning. He took me to dinner. He even said, maybe we can move in together, but then, I started seeing signs. Late night calls he ignored. Messages he hid. Business trips that didn't make sense. One evening, he left his phone on the table. I didn't want to check it. But something told me to look. There was a message. Clara, MBA last night was amazing. Same time tomorrow. My heart sank. I sat on the couch for almost an hour, just staring at that message. He came back from the shower, smiling. What are you thinking about? He asked. I showed him the phone. His face changed. I can explain. Don't, I said. Don't lie again, but he did. She's lying. She's just trying to make you angry. She wants to ruin us because I chose you. She's obsessed. And once again I believed him. I didn't want to, but I did. Because love makes fools of us all. A few days later, I was walking through the mall when I saw something that froze me. Baltasar holding hands with Clara, MBA in public. They weren't hiding. They weren't fighting. They were laughing, walking like a couple in love. I followed them quietly, hiding behind a bookstore stand. They went into a cafe, sat down, and shared a slice of cake. He touched her hair. She kissed his cheek. I wanted to scream. Instead, I took a photo. That night, I didn't call him. I didn't cry. I waited. When he came to my place the next day, he brought flowers. I've missed you, he said. I showed him the photo. His face went white. You lied again, I said. You didn't stop seeing her. You never stopped. I can explain, he said. Again, she said she would hurt herself if I left her. She's using me. She's dangerous. You said the same about me when she came to my office, I replied. He sat down, silent. You're cheating on her husband, and you're cheating on me. You're lying to both of us. What kind of man are you? He looked at the floor. I'm broken, he said. I don't know how to be alone. I didn't kick him out that day. I couldn't. My heart was still holding on, even though my mind was screaming at me. So we continued in silence. He kept seeing her. He kept seeing me. He had two lives. With her, he went to fancy dinners. With me, he stayed home and watched movies. With her, he wore suits. With me, he wore old t-shirts and drank tea. He promised us both forever. He gave us both lies. One day, I received an envelope at work. Inside was a USB drive. There was no note. Just the drive. I plugged it into my office computer. It contained videos. Videos of Baltasar and Clara in hotel rooms. In cars. Even in our apartment when I wasn't there, I watched, shaking. Not because of the betrayal, but because of the coldness in his face. He didn't look like the man I loved. He looked like a stranger. I packed my things that night. I didn't say goodbye. I left the keys on the kitchen table, with a note. You had two women who loved you. And you lost both. Not because you didn't know how to love, but because you didn't know how to stop lying. I moved into a small place by the sea. Quiet. Alone. Clara's husband finally filed for divorce. I heard through a friend that he moved to Spain. Baltasar? I don't know. I don't want to know now. When I walk by the ocean in the evening, I think of all the pain, the lies, the silence, the secrets. I remember how I once betrayed a good man. Then I loved a man who betrayed me the same way. It's a full circle. A painful one. But I learned that love without honesty is poison, that attention is not affection. And that loneliness is better than living in a lie. I still believe in love, but next time, I will be sure for that. After I left Baltasar for the last time, I tried to move on. I moved into a small apartment near the sea. I started working with a new health campaign. I traveled to villages and helped mothers and children with medical care. My work kept me busy. My hands were full, but my heart was still half empty. I told myself I didn't care about Baltasar anymore. But that was a lie. You might ask, Alina, if you knew Baltasar was married, why did you get jealous when he was with other women? Isn't that selfish? And maybe yes. It was, but let me tell you the truth, jealousy doesn't always make sense. Sometimes, even when you know the truth, your heart still wants to believe a lie. When Baltasar looked at me, I felt special. When he said he loved me, I believed it. Even though he said the same thing to Clara, I didn't want to share him. I didn't want to be the other woman. But I already was, so yes, I was jealous. Not because he was married, but because I thought, deep inside, that he would leave everyone else for me. I thought I was different, but I wasn't. From August to October 2024, my life was quiet. I stopped talking to Baltasar. I blocked his number. I stayed off social media. Sometimes I missed him, sometimes I hated him. But mostly I felt nothing. Just silence. I thought I was safe. But I was wrong. The morning of November 6, 2024, I was getting ready to go to a conference with other Ministry of Health officers. I wore my navy blue dress and pinned my hair up neatly. Then my phone rang. It was my coworker, Corinne. She sounded out of breath. Alina, don't go online. Why? I asked. There's a video of you and Baltasar. It's everywhere. My heart dropped. My hands started shaking. I opened my social media and there it was. A leaked video, me and Baltasar. In a hotel room. Laughing. Kissing. Talking. And more private. Personal. Shameful. It had my name in the caption, Ministry of Health official caught with married government officer. There were screenshots, edited clips, and comments like fire. She knew he was married. She destroyed another woman's home. How can she work in public health and have no morals? The video spread like a virus. Twitter, Facebook, WhatsApp groups, even TikTok. I felt exposed. Naked. Not just in the video but in front of the whole country. At first, I thought it was Baltasar. But that didn't make sense. Then I remembered the USB drive. The anonymous envelope. Clara, maybe it was revenge. Maybe it was punishment. Maybe she wanted to burn both of us. And she did. I was called into a meeting with ministry officials. They told me I was under review. I was removed from the upcoming campaigns. They didn't fire me, but they froze me. Newspapers printed my face. Some blurred it. Some didn't. At the market, women whispered. At church, people stared. Even children pointed. I stopped going outside. One night, my phone rang again. It was Baltasar. Alina, listen to me. I didn't leak it. I swear I didn't say anything. He continued. They're saying I'll lose my position. I have enemies in finance who wanted to bring me down. You brought yourself down, I said quietly. You think I wanted this? My wife left me. My name is in the papers. I'm finished. You finished both of us, I said. We played a dirty game. Now we're paying the price. Is it selfish to want love? I think about that question often now. Was I selfish? Maybe. I knew he was married. I knew he had another woman. But I still wanted him to choose me. I still wanted to win. Like it was a competition. I thought I could change him. I thought I could make him love only me, but you can't build love from lies. And when you try, the truth always finds a way to destroy what you built. Now it's August 2025. Almost a year since the scandal. I'm still working. Quietly. In smaller roles. No cameras. No headlines. Just helping people again. The internet never forgets, but people eventually move on. And me? I'm healing. I'm not looking for love now. I'm looking for peace. I keep a journal where I write every night. Sometimes, I write letters to Carlos, the husband I once betrayed. Sometimes, I write letters to the woman I used to be, the one who thought love meant owning someone. But now I know love doesn't mean ownership. Jealousy doesn't mean devotion, and sleeping beside someone doesn't mean you're the only one in their heart. They say, when a woman loves the wrong man, she loses a part of herself. But I didn't lose myself. I just had to meet the broken parts of me, and now I'm putting them back together. One honest day at a time.